Hello, this is RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Mobile Weekly / Mobile Q&A, where we go over all latest news that happened during the week of mobile and answer your questions live. If you have a question you want to ask, just ask it in the comments section down below, and I will answer it before the end of the show. Now, I do apologize for the late start. Had a bunch of things from work, haven't had a day off in I don't know when, and just basically doing everything I can to make sure the YouTube channel is staying current and up to date. And what better way than to give you the biggest news on the Note 10 out there, including the controversial addition or removal of a headphone jack or an IR blaster. We're getting one on the Note 10. Which one would you prefer? Let's get started. All right, so first of all, let's get through the renders of the Note 10. Now, earlier this week, it was basically a couple days ago, we have the images of the Note 10 and the Note 10 Pro going all over the internet, and everyone is wondering, whoa, is this what it's going to look like? Now, these are renders. What that means is they're very much more digitally polished than we will actually probably get in the final build. That being said, though, this does look really in line with everything we've been talking about over the past couple weeks of the Note 10 Pro and the Note 10. But these leaks said that they would most likely be ditching the headphone jack. I even had several people literally that I knew were like, oh man, well, the renders came out, no headphone jack. And I'm like, you realize that's been a rumor every single year. Exactly what I said last week on Weekly. It's been a rumor every single year that the headphone jack was going to be removed. The headphone jack was supposed to be removed on the S10. The headphone jack was guaranteed to be removed on the Note 9. We haven't had it removed yet, fingers crossed, because every time it gets to the renders, then it starts to worry people. Because you're like, well, wait, these are renders. There's no headphone jack here. What the heck is going on? Is this real? And again, these are renders. I do want to point that out. However, an interesting part came up after these were released and published, kind of showing all the differences between the Note 10, which is a smaller Note. The Note 10 will be smaller than the Note 9. And then we have a Note 10 Pro, which is a much bigger one. So that already is kind of like interesting to see how these will come about. And I think we got a first super chat from Apple iPhone. Thank you for the super chat, and no comment, but thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate it. And then we got this one. Now this one is really interesting. So this one is by /leaks or /leaks basically, and you know, he is the same one that basically was really, or no, he's a different one from OnLeaks. So if I were to go by OnLeaks or /leaks, I would typically trust /leaks a little bit more, just on the typical accuracy that we've gotten over the past years. However, here's the big thing about this one. The big thing about this one is that right here, right on this part right here, this is the top of the phone. So on the bottom of the phone, as we can see in another image, which I will get back to. So on the bottom of the phone, we have this big part opening for the S Pen. No other opening on the bottom that's really that big, meaning that, well, is there not going to be one? But then we got this image, which gives us a little dot at the top. And if we look at our handy dandy S10 pen, S10, S10 Plus, we do always get that little dot. That little dot is a noise canceling mic. So that is to be expected. That's this one right here. But what's this one? This one is either one of two things. It's too big to be another mic. It's too big to be another microphone. So, which means it's one of two things. It's either a headphone jack, so the headphone jack has been removed from the bottom as the previous links show, but unlike the previous leaks, they have moved it to the top of the phone, which I'm fine with. I don't care really where the headphone jack is. In some ways, I kind of prefer it at the top. But the more interesting thing is if it's not a headphone jack, it could be the return, and this was rumored as well, of an IR blaster to Samsung smartphones. This has been missed since, I want to say, the S6 or S7. It's been a long time. I still actually, to this day, just because I was charging it recently, always pack with me an S6 in my luggage because of that beautiful IR blaster right there at the top. And I always pack it just in case I'm at a hotel and I want to change the channel or override their TV. It's great to have. But what if we had it back on the Samsungs of now? So I leave this to the comments section. This is something. If it was between a headphone jack or an IR blaster, which one would you choose? Which one do you want more? For me, I would honestly say I would want an IR blaster. And I say this having used my headphones today. Like, I literally used my headphones today. I've forgotten my Bluetooth headphones. I have 3 of them right now. And I forgot all of them at my house, or, in different bags that I didn't have with me in my car. And, I wanted to listen to some YouTube, catch up on E3, and wanted to catch up on it. So I had my wired headphones, though, always as a backup. So I plugged those in and I listened to them. I still find a great use in headphones, but if you gave me the choice between an IR blaster and headphones, I would probably go IR blaster. Sound off in the comment section. I'm really curious. I think I'm going to make a poll about this on our YouTube community page, so go ahead and check that out too. I'm really curious, IR blaster or headphone jack, you decide which one is the one you want for the Note 10. Why can't we have both? That definitely, but if we only had one, which one do you want it to be? All right, now we also have the announcement date. People are calling this the release date, but it's not the release date, it's the announcement date. When the phone will be announced, we show it off, all that kind of fun stuff. And that will be August 10th. August 10th will be the date that we are going to get this released. And this is going to be a big announcement, and it's fitting. The Note 9 was announced August 9th. This will be announced August 10th, and definitely something to get excited about. So it probably is going to be released around August 25th, right before my birthday, because Samsung respects us so much that they want me to have it before my birthday, and I thank them for that. But I really am curious to see how it will pan out overall. See, what are we getting? Is this going to be, as always, one of the, if not the best phone of the year? The Note series has stood tall. If you look at every past year, the Note has easily been one of the best phones every single year. So it definitely could be this year yet again. It's very interesting. I'm excited to see it and excited to see what it has to offer. I'm really curious if I will get the Pro. I want to see what the differences are. If the differences are enough, I will get the Pro, but I'm really curious if I will get the Note 10 or the Note 10 Pro. Never had a Pro option yet on the Note, so this will be a difference. All right, continuing on with the Samsung news. This is a Samsung-filled news week, just besides E3 stuff going on right now. That is that Samsung has signed a really big deal with AMD. Now, Intel is pretty much getting out of the 5G modem mobile processing world, and now AMD is moving into the mobile world, but not to make their own processors, but to help out in the graphics department. And they have signed an exclusivity deal with Samsung, at least for the time being, to make high-performance Exynos chips when it comes to their graphics. And so this is a multi-year deal for this partnership, and it's really great to see some Radeon-style graphics coming to smartphones in the next few years. This is something big, especially because Exynos has typically not been as good. If you always go with the international version of Samsung smartphones, they typically don't do as well in gaming and graphics performance. But if this happens, Qualcomm might have some trouble in their way. And not to mention, if this does really good, what if it beats Apple's graphics performance? And if it does, or if it can, Apple has a perfect relationship with AMD. So these graphics cards could then go on iPhones eventually too. It's really interesting to see how AMD plays out. I really am a fan of AMD. I really hope they go up against Intel as well as NVIDIA much better with these upcoming things. You see them generating the processors and graphics for the next gen consoles that we're getting from Xbox and PlayStation. And to see them do better on this, it really is better for consumers because it's keeping everything going up and getting hyped, and that's great. All right, and in the last bit of news, we have confirmation of what one of our viewers was talking about a few weeks ago, the Galaxy Tab S5. Yes, a lot of people have been waiting for this one. I myself have been quite underwhelmed with my Tab S4 in terms of performance. Like, it was fine, but it definitely was not to where I wanted it to be. But this one, the Snapdragon 855, so the same processor finally that we're getting on this one. If you recall, the Tab S4 came out at the time when there was a Snapdragon 845 processor out, but they chose to go backwards to 835 processor. Not that good. I will say I'm disappointed that it looks like it's going to be 6 gigs of RAM, which kind of, I just wish it would have 8 gigs of RAM for a tablet that's supposed to rival the iPad Pros most likely. It's going to have a 10.5 inch display. This, again, I'm a little disappointed in. I wish Samsung would, push the borders a bit more and go for an 11 inch display. I want them to really compete between the iPad Pro 2 models, and what better way than to make like an 11 inch or 11.5 inch. I think that would have been much more strategic for them to really kind of compare to it. But overall, definitely interested to see this. And I just hope that they keep the price point down. I do believe that it was overpriced last time around. However, we'll have to wait and see, because I think, as of right now, if you convert it, it's going to be $700. I think it's going to be $650 again, which I think is overpriced for an Android tablet in modern day. At least they should throw in the keyboard case for that price, in my opinion. But we'll have to wait and see. I think you're better off, in most cases, getting something like a Surface or even Samsung's own tablets that are Windows based. I think Samsung needs something besides DeX, because the one thing Apple really did well this time around that Google needs to follow on the next version of Android is what they try to do with their Pixel Slate. Full web browsing. That's what is needed on Android tablets. If you really want Android to be better loved on their tablet form, you need to have desktop browsing. If you have desktop browsing, I think Android would go a much better way. And this is one thing that I was really impressed by on the new iPad OS coming out. And it's something that, honestly, Android tablets need. The Pixel Slate didn't work out well, but partner with Samsung and do something better. I really think that this is something that DeX needs to be taken seriously as a desktop replacement, because right now it's just a skin, and it needs to do better than just that. So hopefully it will, but we'll have to wait and see. Alright guys, that was all the news. Let's get to your questions in the comment section down below. Again, if you have a question you want to ask, just ask it in the comment section and I will answer it before the end of the show. Alright. Hi, just wondering if there's going to be a new Samsung Tab S5. Yes, there is. We just answered that. And if they're removing the Bixby button, it's still on the phone. As far as I know, it still will have the Bixby button coming up. Hey, Ricky. So we complained about Bixby so much, they punished us for taking away the headphone jack. Yes, they did. How dare you? You want the Bixby button gone? That's it. No more headphone jack for you. Pretty much what Samsung might be saying right now. Let's go to watch Billions. How is everybody doing? The closer we get to the Note 10 announcement, the more disappointment I get with these leaks. Well, hopefully the update with these leaks today helped you out. I had so many people messaging me about the headphone jack removal, and I'm like, guys, calm down. This is said every single year. Literally, search back. Note 9 headphone jack removal. Note 8 headphone jack removal. S10, S9, always headphone jack removal. Ever since Apple did it, everyone assumed Samsung would do it. Samsung hasn't. They haven't done it. on their flagships. They have done it on their mid-rangers now, and even with the Galaxy Fold, so that's why everyone is kind of really panicking this year. They didn't do it with the S10. We'll see. Honestly, I think it would be, but we'll have to say. Hey Ricky, is that sometimes when you take a selfie and it comes out backwards, the letters of the shirt? Oh, why is it that when you take a selfie? Because not all smartphones allow you to do this, but basically, unlike Samsung smartphones, if you watch our how to set up your camera video, you can actually flip it so it's not a mirrored image. Mirrored meaning that your text or your thing would be flipped around. And so, yes, if like when I wear my Rigsby shirt, which you can get on our merch store down below, under $15. When you get these kind of texts, it would be flipped around. And it's because certain smartphones don't allow you to. Actually, Apple is one of them that I am almost positive they do not allow you to flip over the text, which I wish they would. So yeah. Dang it. Sorry, it is really hot. I'm going to try to put on the AC real quick, just because it's very hot under these lights, and yet I do not know. Yep, I was getting an error earlier, and I can't do it. All right. I'm running iOS 13 developers beta on my secondary devices. How is it working out for you? I've heard a lot of good things, but I've heard it's very buggy. Which, again, by their second and third beta, should be fine. And public beta will be perfect, almost, or at least a lot better. I'll take the IR Blaster. Haven't heard that many might be that possible on the Note 10. I want the Note 10 Pro. I can live without the headphone jack. I do like the option. Is there supposed to be a Note 10 5G and a non-5G option? Yes. So far, we know about 3 Note 10s. Note 10, Note 10 Pro, Note 10 5G. Those are your Note 10s for this evening. Whoa, a bunch of questions just loaded. Everybody drink. Did you know the headphone jack also is also used as a microphone jack? A lot of people, i.e. audiophiles and musicians, hence recording apps, will lose out. I agree with that, actually. I am a big proponent of that. I use that. That's why, actually, I still always use my Note for recording videos more so than any others, because I have a Rode mic that goes right onto the headphone jack and audio out for a much better recording mic experience. However, I will say, if Samsung leaves it, I will say we're going to see a Type-C very soon. External microphone more and more prevalent. There are very few out there, nowhere near as good quality as the ones we currently have with regular headphone jack, but hopefully they will become more prevalent as time goes by. And hey, what a video to do for me, huh? I would definitely make a video of that, the new best external microphones for the S10. I'm going from the LG G4 to the S10 5G. LOL. I'm sure you have a video for the S10 5G, but how would you rate the S10 5G? I do not actually, because I do not have Verizon, and in the US, it is exclusive to Verizon. So I do not have it, but all of our regular S10 videos can be applied to the S10 5G model. So if you look at how to set up your S10, how to speed up your S10, how to set up the camera, 10 hidden features on the S10, 10 more hidden features on the S10, all of those videos will apply to you, so make sure to check them out to get the best experience and the best video quality and battery life on your S10 5G, because your S10 5G will drain battery quicker, so definitely those battery chips will save you. And good riddance to the Bigsby button. Now we can get the Rigsby button. Enough said. If only we could get the Rigsby button on smartphones. That would solve everything. The Rigsby button would actually create a headphone jack for you. That's how powerful it is. But we're just not there yet with hardware. If you remember, the Note 3 had a headphone jack on the top. Yes, it did. iOS 13... actually, that reminds me. That just reminded me of the line. They put the headphone jack. It was, I think, when they talked about the iPhone, and I forgot which iPhone it was, but they moved the headphone jack to the bottom. And it was a funny commercial that Samsung made when they were teasing Apple. This was around the Galaxy S3 or the Galaxy S4, but they were just like, they moved the headphone jack from the bottom to the top. Like, it was just like, it was so making fun of Apple enthusiasts that it was so hilarious. I miss Samsung's marketing back then. It was so good. Um, as long as there's a headphone jack. Both. I'm technology challenged. What is the purpose of an IR blaster? An IR blaster is the ability to control lots of different products, i.e., anything that has a remote control. Namely, what everyone used it for back in the day was TVs. But it can be used for speakers that have IR input. It can be used for basically think of a Harmony remote that basically can control things with IR input. So that is the possibilities of an IR blaster. You can control many, many things, and it was very useful. And still, Chinese brands have it on there, but in the U.S., no current flagship has an IR blaster anymore. It was something that again was around during the S3 time or maybe S4 time. But S4, S5, S6 all had it. I want to say S7 might have had it, or it might have been the last one that let it go. What did you think about E3? I've not caught up on everything. I've watched the EA conference and the Xbox conference. I did not get a chance to watch the Bethesda before this, but I'm liking a lot of the stuff that I saw in the Xbox one, although I never will buy an Xbox or don't plan to. I like what I'm seeing, and again, I'm liking the competition, and PlayStation really has to bring it tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow, and I'm very excited for that. Plus, most of those things were not exclusive except for Halo, so excited for like Cyberpunk on the PlayStation. Like, I'm really excited about that one, and yeah, lots of fun stuff. I missed the IR Blaster. Man, I'm so torn. I want both. Samsung should put the Bixby button above where the power button is used. No one will ever touch or press that area. I agree with that. IR Blaster all day. Do you think the ZN Pro... I'm not sure if you meant the Note 10 Pro. I think you meant the Note 10 Pro. The Note 10 Pro will be 1,100 or more. I think the Note 10 will be $1,000 still, and I think the Note 10 Pro, yeah, would probably be 1,100 or 1,150, depending on the built-in storage. It would be good to have both an IR Blaster and headphone jack. You cannot choose. You have to choose. What did you think about WWE pay-per-view last Friday? It was garbage. Freaking Shane McMahon. Hey, a whole bunch of questions just loaded. Everybody a drink. Let's see. Whoa, I do not know where we left off. Whoa, super chat from Troublesome14. Thank you so much, sir. In your next tech rant, will you go Super Saiyan Blue or Super Saiyan Rigsby? I don't know. I have not caught up on Dragon Ball Kai. I did watch the Brawly saga, so I do know there's a thing above Blue now. Yeah, I that would be great. Unfortunately, I do not have the editing capability to do that. If anyone can, go like this. If anyone could do that to me and, post it on Instagram or Twitter or something, tag me, and I will use that in an image for my tech rant. That'll be my thumbnail. So make this Super Saiyan. Thank you. All right. Let's see. It's strange how Samsung releases Galaxy Buds, then the phone, then the next phone, no headphone jack. Come on, Sung. Come on, Samsung. I said the what do you call it? Phrase. Oh God, what's his name? Guy who used to be on CNET. I can't think of his name right. Brian Tong. There you go. The Brian Tong phrase. Come on, Sung. Any updates on the Galaxy Fold? No. The latest we heard is that it's going to be a few weeks away. A few weeks probably will mean with the Note 10, which I said that it should be from the beginning, but we'll wait and see. Headphone jack, more important than the IR blaster. I'm not impressed with the Note 10. It's the 10th anniversary, and they will put all the good stuff into the S11 and Note 11. I mean, sometimes it just works out that way. Sometimes it does just work out. Like, yeah, the Note 10 might not be the milestone we all want it to be, because even though it's the 10th anniversary, certain technology might not be right for it or ready for it. I rather have a good, perfect performing phone though than one that's testing out a lot of new things and it's buggy. Like, for instance, I really don't care for the fingerprint scanner on the S10. I just, I felt it wasn't ready, and especially when using the One Plus now for a while, I like this one so much more. So yeah, I just sometimes maybe it's better to hold off on tech until it's ready. iOS 13 lets you sign up for third-party apps on accounts signed with Apple with a phantom email address. Yeah, I know. No, I know all about it. I didn't live stream it actually. I didn't live stream with the iOS one. That is true. But the thing I don't like about that is as a person that developed a game, luckily I don't have a sign-in needed, but it really is kind of messed up that they're making you do it. You have to update to sign in with Apple, or else they will remove your app. So if you have sign in with Google or sign in with Facebook, you have to update it with sign in with Apple, or they will remove your app. I think that's kind of messed up. I think that you should give developers an option, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I'm thinking if they cut the headphone jack, they'll package Galaxy Buds with the purchase of a Note 10, so I choose IR Blaster. I think that might be I think you could get free Galaxy Buds in the beginning, but I don't think that's going to be like a permanent thing. I think it'll definitely be like a pre-order thing. That's a possibility for sure. Is 8K TV worth it, or should it stick with the current 4K? I would say you're paying a huge premium on 8K TV right now. There is no content anywhere near 8K TV, although 8K TV will, I would say, upscale better than a 4K TV. The 4K content you're currently viewing right now is already upscaled. Movies are filmed mostly in 2K, or at least edited in 2K, and the output is then upscaled to 4K. So very few movies are actually filmed in 4K as is, and very few content is as well. Netflix is a little bit of an exception, but then streaming isn't the actual quality of a UHD Blu-ray. So all in all, I would say that, yeah, right now, 8K TVs are not worth the price. You're better off getting a high quality 4K TV for the price of a regular 8K TV, in my opinion. So Samsung is moving the power button alongside the volume. Now we will accidentally press the power button instead of the volume rocker button. That is a possibility. Did I miss that? Did I completely miss that? Hold on. Let me see. We got the volume rocker and the Bixby button. I actually don't see the power button. These images do not show the power button side, so I cannot tell you about that. Huh. I'm not sure. They don't show the power button side, so I do not know. Interesting. Whoa, another super chat. Thank you so much, Caleb. Caleb Claypool. Love my headphones, but gotta show support for the IR Blaster. But what new tricks can Samsung do with an IR? Super curious. It is curious. I mean, the big thing about Samsung, of course, is the smart things category has really grown. For those of you who don't know, smart things is Samsung's smart home ecosystem, and it is bigger than Apple's. Like, it is way more connected to more devices than most. It actually allows for things that are Google Home based, or that don't work with Google Home, to work with Google Home if you have a SmartThings hub, because then you can use if this and that to connect Google Home to SmartThings, and then SmartThings to do something that Google Home couldn't normally do. So it's a really cool ecosystem that actually they have that I would say is pretty exciting. Let's see. Scroll down for the super chats, and I'm scrolling back up. Went LG G4 2 Note 9. So really missing the IR Blaster. I am right there with you. I miss it so much. It was actually one of the things I really hated giving up my Mate 20 Pro for, because it had an IR Blaster, and it was so nice to have it again. It was so nice to have it again, and I miss it. Tear. Let's see. So if they remove the headphone jack, Samsung will include a pair of Galaxy Buds as a trade-off. No, not necessarily, but again, I do think they would include that as a pre-order bundle. I want something that has last, because I don't have cash to just throw away. Yes, I think we all want something that'll last a long period of time, and hopefully we will get that. What is your opinion on the Netgear Nighthawk AX12? So I'm guessing this is one of the new routers with... oh god, what's the rebranding name? Wi-Fi 6? Looks legit. Yeah, I mean, 8 times X MIMO, 6 gigabits. Looking at all these specs, it looks really impressive. My big thing, which this does kind of harp on, is, you know, you can put it in the middle. It has a new security certification, WPA 3, so that's really good. But my thing, I get the gamer aspect, I really do, and I get the live stream aspect and all that kind of stuff. But for me, I have to have a mesh router system, which I think Netgear, if I remember correctly, was that D-Link. I'm trying to remember my router people that I visited at CES, but I don't know if this Netgear system can mesh with other Netgear systems to give you more Wi-Fi throughout the house. But that's my big thing. I'm such a big fan of mesh systems that I would never go back to a non-mesh system at this point. But it looked legit, and it had the highest performances you would want in a single router. Anyone here have P or Mate 20 or 30 Pro? Use to measure things in live time. Note 10 will get that. Time of flight, yes, it will get. The Note 10 should get the time of flight sensor from what we're hearing, or the Note 10 Pro will, rather. Amazon Fire, Amazon Kindle, either one. Name escapes me. I'm not sure what you meant there. Have you had a chance to hear the Power Beats Pro? Not able to find them in any store. No, I've never been a real fan of Beats, to be honest. And I mean, like, I just reviewed, if you guys caught this one, the Creative Outliers. These are freaking awesome, and they're $40. Like, these are really good, and they're freaking bass heavy too. Like, if you like beats, which are typically very bass heavy, these are freaking awesome. So yeah, and again, not sponsored by them at all. And you know, they sent me headphones, but it's only like they cost a lot. They're $40. These are freaking awesome. Like, I got my mom a pair. You know, just like they're really great quality, and I think that we do not have to spend so much on it. The Beats Pro I hear are really good. I hear that they're much better sound quality than the AirPods. My favorite still to this day are the Jabra Elite 65Ts for true wireless headphones. The Elite Sport, I think it was called the Elite Sport, are my go-to ones. Those are still my favorite earbuds. I have them, and I think Galaxy Buds are the best for the price. For under $150, those are the best for the price. Fight the power, no Bigsby, Rigsby all the way, if only. Hello, Ricky. Have you seen the real new night mode on the S10 Plus? Night pictures actually look good. I have not, because my phone has still not got the update in the US. I'm waiting for it. I really do think they have to go back to the drawing board with Bigsby expanding its capabilities. I think they do too, and I think you're going to see a big refresh of Bixby when we actually finally get the Bixby speaker, which we still don't have. I'm a little late. Don't worry, I was as well. So I'm going to get the LG G4 to the S10 5G. I'm sure. Oh, um, but how would you rate the S10 5G? How is the battery life? Again, I do not have it, so I do not know exactly how the battery life is. But I will tell you that the 5G is going to drain more when you are near a 5G tower or when it senses you are near it, because then it's going to constantly try to pull from it. So yeah, it will drain it more, but it does have a bigger battery at the same time. Check out our video on how to save battery life on your S10 5G, and you will do just fine. Note 10 looks ugly. I don't like it. I think it looks fine. I don't think it'll actually look exactly like that, but we'll see. Thoughts on E3 and Xbox Scarlet? E3 is kind of like it's exciting right now. Scarlet, I think, is really cool on what we're getting. I mean, it is up to 8K. It's really future proofing, and that's what is always great. So that it really feels like next gen. I'm really curious what the PS5 will have, and just I love competition. I can't say that enough. I love competition, so I love to see what the next gen console generation will look like. Scarlet's coming out next year. Will the PS5 come out this year or next year? That'll be interesting if it comes out next year, because I don't think we've had a year where both of them came out at the same time, at least the same month. But it's going to be very curious. And not to mention that Xbox did a fantastic presentation this time around. Xbox One died at launch, and it took Xbox years to recoup from their awful launch in the beginning. PS4 stole the E3 when it was announced that it was coming out, because it said, hey, you know, all that stuff that Xbox is doing? F them, we're not doing any of it. And they got a standing ovation for it. Check out that if you have not seen, that is one of the best E3 announcements, bar none. The PS4 announcement at E3 got such an ovation because they said, yeah, Xbox is messing up over there. We're not doing any of that. And that is why PS4 won. PS4 won this console generation war. It's not arguable. It's not. You can argue Xbox has a better controller with the Elite. Xbox has the better gaming pass by far with things like that. And Xbox definitely had the higher output performance compared to the PS4 Pro. But who won this console generation? Easily, PlayStation. Easily. It's not even a competition. They won this console generation. But the next one, that could definitely be Xbox. I'm very excited to see how it turns out. Let's see. Cut out the center, also an L. Single lens camera, cut out, mind you. Yeah, I don't like the cutout at the top of it for sure. Thoughts on WWDC and its releases? iMac Pro, iPad OS. I think the iPad OS is genius, but you really have to just laugh because we're getting happy that Apple did this now when it should have done it in the beginning. This is what iPad should have always had: a USB Type-C connection that actually allows for USB Type-C connections. Like, boom. My wife has had to use an iPad for work and has hated it. I honestly, and you guys may laugh at this, I honestly was like, babe, if you're so annoyed with your touchscreen, just connect a Bluetooth mouse. And she was like, that works? I'm like, yeah, of course, it has to. I did not know that you could not put mouse input because, again, Android has had that since the very first Android tablet. Like, these things that Apple should have had since day one, they are now getting. But this should have been a long time ago. As for the iMac Pro, it is an amazing performance machine. It is a cheese grater. Can't get around that. But it is an amazing performance machine. It is not for anyone that, makes under $100,000 a year. It is for the elite that definitely do amazing things when it comes to video editing, photo editing, graphics designing, all that kind of stuff. That is who it's for. It is not for your everyday consumer. Hi, Ricky. Bluetooth with a long battery life. Um, Depends on what kind of Bluetooth headset you're going for. I really want to test out the new Jabra 85H. I have to reach out to them because those headphones I really want to test out, and they have like a ridiculous battery life. But yeah, I cannot think of the best battery life off the top of my head except for the standard, the Sony, and the Bose. The newer Bose looks really beautiful too. But yeah, those are the ones that come to the top of mind for over-the-ear headphones. Headphone jack and or no headphone jack? That is the question. That is. March 3rd, 2020, Final Fantasy 7 Remake will be released. Did they announce that? Dang it, I missed that. Ugh. I am taking that entire week off of work. Like, nope, not doing nothing. Final Fantasy. That's it, that's it. That's it. iOS 13 mouse function works, enhancing touch sensitivity and almost endless customization, including serious showcase. Nice. How excited are you about the Note 10? I am pretty excited and can't wait to see what we get. I'm currently uploading a video on of all the iOS 13 features stolen from Android. I see. Our Blaster is very useful to me. I use it all the time for the electric fan, TV, aircon, most conventional trying to find where the remotes are located. Yes, it's much better. The ultimate Rigsby button built into the headphone jack and the IR Blaster. Yep. Note 10 with quad speakers, surround sound king of all phones. That would be interesting. Although I don't think we're getting it. If you notice, it did not have any cutouts for speakers at the top of that case. Obviously, it's Super Saiyan Green. I just sent you a new Final Fantasy 7 trailer on Instagram. I will check it out. Final Fantasy 7. Like, I'm so excited. And especially because this is my excitement of it. My wife never played Final Fantasy 7. My daughter never played Final Fantasy 7. So, yes, I'm extremely excited to play it for the first time in this brand new one. But I am super excited to watch each of them play it. Like, Aerith? Aerith? Whichever way you want to go. But yeah. Can't wait. Cannot wait. Calling it a night. Peace out. Thank you for joining us. Really appreciate it. Hello from Australia. What time is it in Australia? That's always cool when people check out from thing. Whoa, a whole bunch of questions just loaded. Everybody drink. What do you think about the phone with the camera in the screen? The phone with the camera screen. Actually, I think I talked to you about it on Instagram, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's a really cool concept. I do not think we're getting it in any mainstream flagship phone from Samsung or Apple this year or next year. So let me explain that. Basically, I think by next year, phones like the OnePlus could have the in-camera screen where it's transparent and then it pops up, as we've seen Oppo and Xiaomi do prototypes for it. I do believe, sorry, it's very hot under these lights right now and I need AC. I do believe, actually I'm going to quickly message my wife that I would love the AC on. Okay. So, what was I talking about? Obviously, Super Saiyan Green. Oh, yeah, so the camera underneath the screen. So I definitely think that it's going to be something we see eventually, but I think it'll be sold in phones that don't sell as much next year. So it could be on the OnePlus. It could even be on the Pixel. That would be really cool to see in the Pixel 5 next year. It will not be in any major phone, even at that level this year, though. It's not going to be, the technology is too new and it's just not cost efficient yet. I think in 2 years, after 2 years' time, that's when you're going to see it on the S12 or, I would say more the S12 and the iPhone 13. More likely then, but you're not going to see it before then, just because these companies, it's always the difference of scale. Some companies will sell really well when they sell a phone, a million phones. Some companies like Samsung and Apple, that would be a flop. Like they need to sell 10 million phones, 5 million phones of their highest end one. Like that is what it's expected. So it's very different in terms of scale on which phones are being sold. And at that scale, we just won't get a camera underneath the display yet. Any color rumors for the Note 10, Note 10 Pro? I want green, not the Martian green, but it was yellowish too. No, from what I've heard, no color definites yet. Rumors, but not definites. Cough, cough. 51st dates. Just saying. I see what you did there with the Saiyan, as in Super Saiyan. Yes, 51st date questions. Thank you for reminding Quiet Storm. If you haven't heard before, if you are newer to the channel, we have developed a game called 51st Date Questions. If you download it, it really helps out the channel, and it's a great thing for a date night. If you know someone that's dating right now, or if you have a fun date night coming up with your significant other and want to play a fun game, it really is good. It has those little ads on the bottom, and if you want to remove them, hey, it's a 99 cents. Really helps out the channel, and it's steadily been growing over the past year, so I really appreciate anyone that downloads it and gives us a good rating on either Apple or Google Play Store. That's my little spiel. Two things on iOS 13 caught everyone surprised: Download Manager and full customized video. I would say Download Manager, it was amazing, but honestly, the desktop browsing is something that I know so many people that will get it just for that reason. Like, that is such a big thing. Definitely something that is going to be big. Netflix being the exception until Disney streaming service. Oh, Disney streaming service will destroy Netflix. That's for sure. Mac OS on iPad with Sidecar. That is a really cool thing. The Sidecar thing is really cool and very smart. I have been looking around at a secondary screen from some company like Asus or something along those lines. I'm really not trying to spend money this year. For those of you who know, I'm trying to move this year to a new home. So not trying to spend as much money right now, really saving up to make sure that we get the best home possible. But that being said, I have wanted a secondary display and probably will get one by next CES, just because it is something that I really think is better. So to have that on your iPad is just awesome. Like, it's something that I really do admire Apple for doing. And again, brings a really good concept of their ecosystem. Ricky Leaks have said no Bixby button, power button, and volume on the same side. Got it. I guess that could be a possibility. I really think that's interesting that they would get rid of the Bixby button. Really interesting. Bixby is going to be like Siri. It's going to be when you hold the power button. I see. I don't like that really, because I want holding the power button to turn it off, but then you just have to hold it longer. Do any of the 2019 A series phones have water resistance? I do not look into the A series as much, just because very few of them are coming to the US. I don't know off the top of my head, to be honest. I just do not know. I cannot say. Let's see. I really like the Netgear Orbi. Yeah, that's a good mesh system. I have no clue what an IR blaster is. An IR blaster is, as I explained it earlier, a way to control things that have an IR input, such as a TV, a soundbar, as someone pointed out earlier, some air conditioners, fans, different things like that. Anything that has an IR input, you can control with an IR blaster. And that was something we used to have on smartphones a while ago on Samsung, from Samsung S3 to S6 or S7. Again, still don't remember which one lost it. But yeah, it was great. And Chinese phones still have it, but US phones have not had it for a while. Also, while you're selling, marketing Ricky, check out the website for awesome 4K video, 4K lock screen for your phones. Are able to use it. Yes, we do, of course, have our video lock screen video still up on our website. So if you want to get, where is my phone? Dang it, unlock face. Why did you find me? If you want to get this lock screen wallpaper, visit our website at theyoutubetechguy.com, and you can have your lock screen look as good as this. Was that all my selling for the night? Quiet Storm. S10 5G has a little worse battery than the S10 Plus. Yes. Um, Ricky, have you heard or read about the ATSC 3.0 standard tuners TVs are supposedly including starting next year? The new standard is supposed to bring better over-the-air reception. Your thoughts? I mean, that's awesome. I did not really hear about that, but yeah, I will. I'm gonna actually have that in my search for after the show. But that is great. We really do need better over-the-air broadcasting. I really think that that is important because I have had people like cut the cord and they still want some channels on their antennas, and honestly antennas suck, like they really do. And maybe it's just because I live in Los Angeles, but I'm supposed to get better reception in some ways than like when you're in a rural area, and yet I don't. So yeah, antennas suck right now, and there needs to be some improvement on it. So I think having better standard built-in tuners will be better. So starting next year, that's great. I think it should have even been done before then because current antennas I think are not good quality at all. No update yet for AT&T Galaxy Watch. The One UI YouTube videos show more features. What came with my watch? When will the update come? I do not know. I got it on the standard Bluetooth model. I want to say about 3 weeks ago. So hopefully it will come soon, but I say it probably should come by the end of this month. What do you think about the upcoming Tab S5? I think I will probably get it, but I wish they would have made it bigger. If they're going to charge me $650 to $700, I think one, it should come with the keyboard case, and two, it should also really, to be quite honest, I think it should have been, instead of a 10.5, I think it should have been an 11-inch display or 11.5, just trimmed down the bezels. And I mostly think it should have desktop browsing if it really wants to compete with iPads. So yeah, that's what I really believe. I have an A50 already. Should I sell it and put more money and get the A70? I do not know the A series. I'm sorry, Bernard. I do not know them that much just because I don't really get them in the US. Although I hear they're finally bringing some of them, hopefully. But I'm very excited to see them, but I just do not know as much about the A series to answer that question for you. Will you review the $1,000 Apple stand? No, I can't. I cannot spend money like that. I will review just the stand and then return it. I'll be like, look at this stand. Stand. The name of another tablet that why I thought Amazon tablets. Those need to back every Amazon could come up with a phone. Not sure what you meant there. Hey now, you can use USB drives on iPads. Now that's innovation. Yep. Did you see the new S10 color in Asia? I think Taiwanese is so pretty. Yeah, it's really good looking. Danger, Ricky Robinson. Time is winding down. That'll be a good amount of selling. Has your wife turned on the AC for you yet? No. No, she hasn't. And I'm sweating very profusely. Hopefully it's not showing too bad on screen. I took super slow-mo video of the non-fire, and anyone wants it. It's very clear, slow. Bonfire. Oh, bonfire. That's cool. Any word on Sprint T-Mobile? No, all I hear is T-Mobile does hope to finish it by the end of the month. Live stream warning. Don't get Ricky in trouble or the wife will get mad alert. Yes, we are hitting that time frame. All right, guys. I think I hear his wife calling him. I did not hear that, but I could be wrong. But all right, guys. We will be heading out for the night. Thank you guys always so much for watching. And yeah, again, I will put that poll up on Twitter and YouTube community. Let me know, what would you rather have on the Note 10? Would you rather have a headphone jack or an IR blaster? Because that is the possibility of these pictures, and I'm leaning towards IR Blaster, but I really want to know what you guys think. Which one is it going to be? Headphone jack or IR Blaster? Pick your side. Thank you as always for watching. This has been RICKY, the YouTube tech guy that's going to get a haircut. Thank you for watching our video. If you liked it, why don't you go ahead and subscribe up there. Make sure you follow us on social media right here. And of course, check out our latest video up there. And right down here, you're going to find the perfect video for you. Or at least that's what YouTube tells me. Thanks again.